everybody. I'm doing a 30-minute session for a client. We're going to be working with some awesome energy healing and wisdom today. Thank you so much for the opportunity to connect with you and for sharing with us here on YouTube. I'm going to read your goals out loud and get started. All right. I would like a healing style session with my guides. Why do I love so fast and so deeply? Healing for you from these experiences where you love so fast and so deeply. Maybe heartbreak type experiences. Maybe understanding why you're attracted to doing that. Healing for you with your guides. Why do I love so fast and so deeply? All right. Gonna relax here. See what we discover about this. Okay. It's like you're holding yourself back right now. You're avoiding opening up too much. Energetically, that's what it's like. And I see also, and experience this too, a grape that has been peeled, so it has no skin. And it's just like this boingy thing, okay? We're working with the sensation of not being in too much pain. If I was a grape that just got peeled, a grape that gets peeled, that's like peeling my skin off. I think it would be painful. If I was a grape that had feelings, it might be painful. But there's no sensation of pain. It's just kind of like it is what it is. It's a grape that's been peeled. It's this boingy thing now. And there you are, and you're resisting. You're holding yourself back. You're not giving away too much, but you're kind of wanting to burst. I see also, I don't know how this works, but basically it's a cloth sack full of water. The water's not leaking out. The oddest part about it is the cloth sack is so full, it's going to rip. So that's what I'm being shown next. I'm looking at these scenes. I don't know what to say, what else to say yet. Something's gonna have to go bust because I'm gonna need you to be yourself. I need you to be that one who loves too fast, too deeply. Because you're not wanting to present yourself to me like that right now. And maybe that's one too many times and you're learning to slow down or hold yourself back. Interestingly enough, it seems like your normal caliber and you seem unnatural, unlike yourself, to hold yourself back. I'm going to see you here. I'm going to show you this weird, what did we got? A cloth bag that's supposed to rip because we have water in it. Too much water is going to make it rip. Like the water should be dripping out. Why is the water not dripping out? Instead, it's going to rip the bag open. How does the water rip the shirt? I don't know. It's like a cloth, like a shirt or something. What does this grape mean to you? You immediately take the grape. And it's embarrassing. It's like being naked. It's not about peeling skin off. I'm like, what is this? Like the banana gets peeled, maybe that is ripping its skin off or something. This grape or ripping the skin. No, it's being naked. The grape is naked. It's weird. It is naked. The grape shouldn't be naked. It should have its skin. It should have its clothing on. You're hiding it like it's naked. It's embarrassed. It doesn't want anybody to see it like this. So I put your consciousness into the grape, but then I put your consciousness into yourself, because I really want to go somewhere with this. Really want to understand you as the peeled grape that is now naked. You're revealing so much here. You're revealing your whole body. We're making major progress. This is about your heart. It's kind of hard to breathe about this. Oh, man. We're not going there with this cloth in the water yet. It's still with the grape and you. We don't have any answers to the whys. We're just doing this right now. Guides aren't giving me a whole lot other than this, okay? So we're just keep working with this. I say, do you still feel naked? And you're actually more like, you're like, you like make all these weird noises and you become really, really small, like, and you get really tiny, okay? And you're just really small and kind of crinkled in. And I say, so do you still feel naked? You're like, I don't like that word. Okay, so do you still feel naked? Shh. 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 Do you still feel naked? Oh, boy. This cloth is starting to have more value here to the conversation, and that's another thing, okay? Because we're going to go be this cloth with the water on the inside, and that's kind of like you as this peeled grape, like this naked grape. So we're going to go do that, okay? Oh, boy. Oh, man, the water is ridiculously cold. And I don't know why this cold water is so embarrassing, but it's like very embarrassing. Oh my God, this cold water is embarrassing. And again, shame, shyness, hiding oneself. This really hurts my heart. I mean, I feel like my heart has got gravel in it. It wants to vomit out the gravel and it can't. That tells me your emotional gut and your heart have like kind of an intertwined relationship, because I'm wanting to puke. Like, how funny. It's like emotions in the emotional gut make us feel like really gross or really butterflies in the stomach. I mean, so many emotions, right? And when those emotions start to pile inside of the heart, and the heart needs to use the stomach to get it through here, the heart through the throat out, like we're going to have a vomiting process to try to barf out the emotions that make us feel hurt inside, like these gravel pieces in your heart. We got to get those out of there. But we have like chakras aren't able to just be themselves. So it's hard to just be yourself with your emotions too, because they're getting kind of wound up, okay? This water is so ridiculously cold. We are going to be in the cold water and we're going to just feel really nice about it, okay? Whew. Here we go. Instantly, it kind of turns into what's the inside of like a pumpkin. And this cold water's in there, but I can see the sunlight kind of through, because it's like a cream colored shirt or piece of cloth. but it says it's also a pumpkin, a hollowed out pumpkin. And we're just waiting around and nothing's happening. There's no change. We don't even really notice the water anymore. I find that strange. I'm bringing the naked grape. Oh man, why is this so embarrassing? Like, this is so embarrassing. This is the most embarrassing grape anybody's ever known. Like, it's even embarrassing to touch it. Like, I am not touching that. Ew. Gross. Ew. Man, if I was that grape, I'd be so embarrassed. I'd be so embarrassed by myself. Like, I should probably hide. I should probably make it so nobody can see me. If I was that grape, I'd totally make sure that nobody ever saw me, ever. I feel like there's more to your goals. Like, we're working with these images and it's actually quite childlike, and we're working with some basic stuff here. Because I feel like if like, what do they say? If the walls could speak, you know, we would know more what happened here. I feel like if your throat could express itself in more detail, I think we would find out a lot more. I think there's a lot more history. As you say, like, why do I fall in love so fast, so deeply? I could use some healing for this. And so there's got to be a lot of history here. A lot of history, so much history. Like, if the walls could talk, but it's like, if you could talk, if you could actually talk about this, because it's like the only way we can talk about it is to work with little basic things. Like, we're going to talk about it through the image of this grape, and we're going to talk about this strange image of the cloth and the water and this pumpkin now, and we're going to feel about it in these ways. I feel like this is a little bit more raw. I feel like the reality is more raw. Like, we need to bring it from what's this comfortable imagery into what's uncomfortable. So I'm going to bring this forward as extremely uncomfortable. Like, let's talk about the uncomfortableness of this, like, in a raw way. Because this is I don't feel like we're getting there with the impact that we want to reach here. All right, I'm going to look at this grape and I'm going to say this is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. Not because it's comfortable and it's a peeled grape and we can work with that image, but we're going to work with an image that's not comfortable. What would that be? Because we need to start talking about it. We need to work with the throat chakra. I'm going to go directly into your throat chakra and I'm going to bring this embarrassing grape with me. Oh man, you're like, don't do that. Okay, why? Like, you don't want that disgusting grape in your throat. Ew. I feel like there's a sexuality is part of this conversation. Like, what if this grape represents like testicles or something, and it's not up your alley to put testicles into your throat? Like, that would make you feel very uncomfortable. Okay, this grape is like testicles in your throat, and it's not your thing, and it's like the last thing on earth you would ever want. Okay, so this is really freaking you out right now. This is actually good, because we got to break down this stuff. This is how we got to heal this. Oh man, you're screaming, you hate my guts. I'm like, okay, good. Good. I say, what's so bad about it? You say, nobody can put the skin back on that grape. And I say, so you're able to talk about it now. Like, wow, you're able to talk to me about this now. You say it's ruined, it's over, the grape will never be what it once was, it's been peeled, and it's never going to be quite as desirable as it ever once was. It's changed, and it's not desirable anymore. It's kind of like the banana that now is the bruised banana, that is now the old disgusting banana that it's like horrific what bananas do over time, right? And this grape is kind of this unwanted grape now, okay? And if we're intertwining this with something of sexual balance, it's like the sexual balance isn't there's a lack of, and there's something lacking when it comes to desire, okay? Sexual desire, like there's a major imbalance there with the giving and the receiving, the balance. There's a lot of shame that we're trying to really bring it out here. So let's take this peeled grape and let's put it in your sacral chakra, okay? And let's just see what it does there. It's the weirdest thing. Your sacral chakra develops a mouth, it opens the mouth, and then it sucks this grape inside of itself. And then the grape feels kind of gross and like it's kind of rolled up, and maybe it fell on the floor, rolled through some weird dog hair and some crumbs and some lint in the corner, and now that's where it stays. The long forgotten peeled grape. It's just a gross thing now in a gross place, and nobody can really get to it to help it to just be rinsed, and it'll never have its skin ever again. So it's basically worthless at this point. And there's major feminine energy here with the sacral chakra that is way out of balance. It's the female energy is as the nurturer can transform into like the demonic goddess, okay? Like it's like she's not she rules, she controls, she possesses. She's not even worthy of what it's like. She forces what she wants to get. She forces it to happen. And then she gets what she wants and then makes you feel like the male side then feels worthy, like worthless, major lack here. And she just laughs. And she would feel as though this was perfect place for you. The peeled grape and the gross crumbs and the lint, like that's the perfect place for you. That's where you deserve to be. And then when it's like, then you want to come crawling back to me, and then maybe she'll say yes, maybe she'll say no. But if she says yes, you're going to have to do this list of things in order to maybe you'll be able to get her attention. But if she says no after you do those 10 things, then she'll just laugh it off and you'll go roll back to the crumbs and the lint again. She's really not nice. She's just really like, she thinks that she's like the goddess of the world and that you should do all these things for her. And then she thinks it's funny when she rejects you and you go rolling back to this gross corner. This is this is the energy relationship with your sacral chakra. Not good. Like, that's not going to give anybody the self-worth. Like, that's not going to give anybody the I'm celebrating life and I love myself and I love my life, like, and I feel loved in life. The sacral chakra that's like this is going to make anybody feel like really less than. So your goals here and what I'm coming across, like, this is good. We're making really good progress. Major healing. I'd like to know the answer though. Like, it seems to me like you've decided that maybe it's because the response is not been favorable. Like you fall in love deeply and too quickly, and it just ends up biting you in the butt in the end. Okay, so you're learning that you found that it doesn't get the favorable results. So now you feel you kind of judging yourself and the way you are, and you need to stop doing that. And it's kind of a mix of unresolved, because I don't I don't feel like that's quite correct. Like, you can't fall in love too quickly, too deeply. I'm still trying to understand, how does that equation work with you? How do we want to talk about that exactly? How do we want to evaluate that? How do we want to help rebuild you and your confidence and self-esteem? Like, how do we want to do that? And so far, this is still how I'm working through this, okay? I will say, you know what, just talking about your sacral chakra, it just kind of exposes this imbalance, is already healing it quite quickly. I mean, I'm impressed. She doesn't want to stop, though. She doesn't want to let go of like a grip or a hold over you. I would say that if she's happy with you being in the crumbs in the corner, then and she would be happy to see you as a peeled grape at the worst level of joy you could ever express in your entire life. If that is her joy to see you at that level of totally not joyful, that's how she feels inside. That's actually the extent of her sacral chakra, is actually that low. So she has to overdo it on how awesome she is, when really she has absolutely no joy in her being. Her soul would be completely empty. And now for some reason you want to be empty right alongside her to have her affection, and not worth it. But we gotta correct this. We gotta correct this here. What do we do to correct this? I'm just asking you guys, like, what do you recommend here? They say to bring in the bag of waters. Okay. That's kind of like having a baby, and the bag of waters breaks and then you can have a baby. They call it the bag of waters. So there is like a sacral chakra thing here for now. The women's side of things, it's peeled grape is like the testicles, and then get this bag of water. So there really is something here about the balance of the sacral chakra. It's holy water apparently, and we're just dousing this whole space. Everything we've seen, she's becoming like a female energy, female presentation. So I'm just dousing her with this water. I'm dousing you. I'm cleaning the corner. I'm cleaning the grape. Cleaning the original image of like a mouth sucking in this little peeled grape ball, and it rolls into the corner long forgotten. And so I'm just dousing this space. Oh my gosh. Okay. These are incredible goals. I could imagine maybe you're going through we have these phases in life where we're on top of the world, and phases where no matter how hard we try to feel like we're on top of the world, we just don't, and we're going to feel like we're getting sucked down a drain. Okay. And I'm wondering if you're feeling like you're getting sucked down a drain, why does it feel that way? We go through these weird phases where we just feel bright, and then sometimes we feel not bright, But your sacral chakra is calling out for some serious nurture and rehabilitation, fine-tuning, and you getting back on your feet again, okay? With like the self-love energy. This is really loud. So, dousing with this holy water. Raising the vibration. Because I'm seeing you changing, and you're not changing for the better, you're changing for the worse. And I see she likes it when you start to behave like this. You're turning basically into a really cool looking werewolf. You do. You look like a really cool wolf. You're like a big wolf, and you have blue eyes, and you're like dark grayish black hair. And you're kind of werewolf-like because you can stand on your hind legs, and they're kind of, you're not ginormous, okay? But you're big, you know, but you're not like huge, like 8 foot tall or something. And you seem to have like a devilish nature, getting into maybe doing bad things or something for fun. It's kind of teenagery. And she gets really, she turns alive when she sees you become the wolf, and when the wolf comes out and you howl at the moon, and your beautiful blue eyes are just like, oh my gosh, your eyes are so dazzling, and your energy is really top notch. She's really attracted to this, and she turns into a woman made out of fire, and she feels like she could burn the whole world down, and she just laughs, like cackles in a way, like sexily cackles, I don't know, but she's just like, there's a lot of that energy emanating from her. There's like deviousness, destructiveness, let's have some fun, kind of like that. Again, kind of teenagery. And you like that she's attracted to like your dark side, and you're attracted to her dark side, and you're going to have fun in the dark sides of yourselves. So when I douse this with the holy water, all these like dark side echoes start coming out, and I'm just like raising the vibration. Like, let's like really see if you can, you know, see the light here, or if you're just going to have fun in the dark. I see it's really, it seems like a lot of fun, but it's really not that fun. It's more of it's superficial. It's like living in the moment. It's breaking rules. It's kind of like live fast, die young kind of energy. We don't need the rest of the world. We don't need our futures. We just need right now. And I don't see really any growth here. I see it as a fantasy energy space, like a fantasy space where you feel like you're infinitely powerful and you can do this forever, but you're not even waking up to reality at all. It's just like some fantasy game you just are having fun in and playing pretend in a way, thinking that you're like real, you know, badass or something, but you just, I don't know, I guess being childish, and I don't want to say it's childish because I think that you go through phases like this in life, and it is fun, and they are fun memories, but it's not a long-term behavior. If you choose to live in the long term like this, it's not going to amount to you can't build upon it. This is as deep as it's ever going to go, day after day after day, year after year after year. Now you don't have any money to go be your live fast, die young self, and you're having to borrow money from your friends so you can go out tonight and blah, blah. And it just gets really pathetic, you know? Like, you can't keep it up. Like, it's just not even worth it. And I don't see that when you start to see her as not worth it, is she's just kind of luring you to be somebody that is actually taking you down the drain. She's not luring you, and you're not encouraging yourself to be that somebody who's maybe boring. I don't know, like you have a strong foundation, you make smart decisions, you do responsible things, but you have fun because you budgeted for that. Like, lame, you know? But it's strong decision making. It's you can have a lot more fun with that kind of decision making. It's more robust, it's well-rounded, and there's growth to be had. It's not a short-term deal, it's a long-term deal. I feel like I like the peeled grape more than I would have liked that grape that had the skin, because I don't feel like the grape understood what the grape needed to know in order to value itself and how it's changed over the years, okay? So let's say lots of experiences develop the sensation that you're the peeled grape, but actually I like the peeled grape more because those experiences changed you. They turned you into something that you're not familiar with, Well, I was a grape. I should still be a grape. Well, now I'm a weird peeled grape. And what is that? You can't even, nobody wants a peeled grape. Like that's what I become, you know? I actually prefer the peeled grape because I like I like you for who you are, not, so I feel like this is a conversation about what attracts the right person into your life. Is you being you, and you knowing that all that you are is everything that would be like gold to offer to another soul as the peeled grape is actually quite great. It's quite wonderful. It's quite awesome. I remember being a kid when I finally discovered the joy of the peeled grape, and I was like obsessed over this for a while. Like, I didn't want to eat a grape unless it was peeled, and I even liked the process of peeling it, and the weird texture of the grape without the peel on there was so strange, and it was like, oh my God, I found some new thing. And I think that it's its own unique thing. You don't just see a peeled grape every day. That's one of a kind, you know? Just a minute. There's anger. Because I really feel the anger is coming from her not having control over you. Her not being the lure that is encouraging you to be somebody you're not. She's not worth it. This is energy I'm clearing out of your sacral chakra. Could be real relationships. It might just be your male, divine feminine, divine masculine balance. I mean, but we're bringing it into harmony, okay? Giving you the opportunity to just love yourself exactly as you are with everything that you've been through is perfect. Okay. Anger. She's screaming. She hates you. How dare you defy her? It's like, so the peeled grape doesn't want you anymore, and you don't, that it's like, oh yes, come rolling back to me and all your grime, and you know, you can do this on the list, and maybe that means you'll get time and attention. You know, but when you say, no, I don't need you anymore and I want nothing to do with you, completely ignore, oh my gosh, she was like the freaking vampire queen from HE double hockey stick. Like, she's the worst. I find that hilarious. She's coming crawling back to the peeled grape now. That's funny. All right. She's mad. She doesn't take no for an answer. But I like it when you say no to her. Because she can't tolerate it. It's funny. And it's building your self-esteem and your self-confidence. It's taking the energy from her and putting it back into yourself. It's saying no to her is saying yes to you, and it's your self-worth is when you say no to her, you say yes to you. And my gosh, you're becoming robust. You're not a grape, like we're far beyond that. You're actually turning into a robust, handsome man. Like, you turning into kind of a knight in shining armor. Like, there's a regal, there's a shine to you, there's strength. And then when you become strong, you tell me, but I want to help her. And I didn't know that was gonna happen. I was like, yes, you want to help her? What? Okay, let's see. You say you don't really care, like, you understand what you've been through, what she's like, what, you know, she drew out of you, and maybe you weren't yourself, and the memories, and you kind of saying you understand all that, but people change and people grow and people see in new ways, and I still like her. And you feel genuine, like she's the only one. She's the only one. That she might be the only one, all right, for your whole life, that you would ever have feelings for like this. And you can't let go of her. Even when you try, you can't. I'm going to show you what she really looks like, because I feel like if we turn her into looking like something that's like old rancid Swiss cheese with stinky socks and barf face, I think you'll feel different. You say, I don't care. I still like her. As I love her soul. And you feel like she loves your soul too, even if it's not a healthy relationship. I tell you, then you're going to have to do the most difficult thing that anybody could ever be asked to do in their whole life, and you're going to have to walk away. Because when you're in love with a reflection that is actually destroying you, and there's really no relationship built here except a relationship of live fast, die young, and it's not really growing in nature, then you're going to have to completely walk away from it. You're going to have to be strong enough to say, this isn't healthy. No matter how your soul sings to be in her presence and vice versa, it's actually not healthy. So it's one of those moments in life where you're going to have to do the hardest thing possible, and that is to walk away. But how are you ever going to find a replacement for that type of sound of attraction? It's like nothing else will be even remotely the same. And it feels like something died and it has not come back to life again. I say that I feel this is a short-lived doorway that you're just lingering in. And I feel like there's much more beneath the surface, and maybe we're pinpointing it as like a deep love, and why do I fall so deeply in love? I think we're pinpointing it as that, but I feel like if we were to say that maybe one step into a deeper truth, I think the deeper truth would actually be saying something different. Maybe the deeper truth has nothing to do with her or the deep love thing, but loneliness. I feel if we took all that other stuff away, I feel like what you would really be asking for is help me to clear out the sensation of what is a loneliness that's just eating at my soul right now. I feel like that is actually the next level of this. And it is like salt on a slug. Like I see a slug and I see mischievous kids, and it's like, come on now, did you really need to do that? Come on, like, God, did you really need to do that? And so it's like the salt is eating away at your soul, and it's like, God, did you really need to do this to me? Like, why? I can't tolerate this pain. It's like I'm being eaten by piranhas or something slowly. It's not like one of the 1-minute videos. It's like just take that slow time way down and draw it out for 100 years, and that's what I feel like. And I'm starting to understand here, okay? I feel we've done incredible healing for chakras at the right level that we needed to heal it, because I don't feel her energy is a part of the conversation. I don't feel that divine feminine, divine masculine balance. I don't feel the sacral chakra. I don't feel all that we've talked about. I feel like we've done what we needed to do there, and we're getting to the next level of this, and it's a deep connection, and it has to do with loneliness. So I'm going to come in here, and you look like Jello. You're like Jello, again, the sensation of like a slug with salt. I don't know what's eating the Jello, but it's kind of like slowly dissolving, and it looks painful. And you're just kind of lying there half dead, and you're being eaten alive by something I can't see. And I swear the flies are going to come, but because you're starting to smell like a carcass. You're starting to stink, even though you're still alive, and this loneliness, you could say, is eating you alive, is like the flies at the stinky carcass. You're starting to smell like decay. I'm going to take the bag of water, something like the holy water, like I'm just dousing you in water. And it's very cold, and it's to wake you up. And you're slightly kind of dead and not waking up because you're dead, right? How do you wake up a dead person? Boy, I gotta figure this out. I guess you resurrect them. So I'm going to take your soul from this dead body, and I'm going to take you to heaven now. And you don't need to feel all that pain. I think it's part of what was, and I think we're working through the next ascended doorway for you. Like, we're always going, it's like, it's going to feel like you're sinking into the depths of the abyss, but actually you're going through the doorway to a higher dimensional plane. So we're going to just let the old, what no longer serves your purpose, we'll just shed the skin, and then we'll just rebirth your soul to the next dimensional plane, which is so much brighter. And let's get you there. Like, let's get you there, and then all this other stuff just melt away, and we don't even know what that was. It was just some weird phase. Oh yeah, so much better. I'm just like trying to shake your head, like wake up, you're blinking your eyes. We're walking through like a strange shower, like a gym shower. There are like too many naked people showering at the same time. It's a little like, it's just kind of weird. I think it's the society we live in. I think like maybe, I don't know, 100 years ago that was no big deal, but I just feel like there's awkward nakedness. Like, I don't want to see naked people, and I don't want to be naked around them, and I just feel weird. So that's what I'm feeling in the higher dimension. But it's odd because you get to a shower that has your name on it, and you start to shower, and it's showering is like washing away some kind of strange concept of the mind and the emotion, and you don't really care who's in here. You don't even realize there's people here. You're like totally into this. You start to laugh, and your heart starts to, like, some sort of glass breaks and some liquid comes out and it starts to sing. And you're like singing in the shower, and you're scrubbing yourself down, and you just start laughing hysterically. And then something of your hysterical laughter, I start to hear everybody else is laughing with you, and everybody's so cheerful and joyful, and it's like, oh my God, why was I taking life so seriously? They're like, we don't know either. We were doing it as well. I think that's why we're in this weird shower. You're like, yeah, I think so. And there's like lots of high fives going. And now there's like the water droplets, you're becoming part of the shower water, and you're just part of the water, and it's taking you to another dimension. And you get to that dimension through the water itself. And it's like, oh man, it's so cool here. Like, you have no idea. Oh. I want to try to pinpoint what, come on now. I know what this is. It's going to come to me. It's like an alien race. They're really awesome. I've channeled them before. They remind me of water. Sirians. I don't think that's right. No, I don't. That's freaking heck. What is it? I can't think. It'll come to me probably after I'm done. Anyway, it's a really wonderful race of beings that remind me of like the highest vibration of wisdom, like that water can share, the element of water. And it's like, and now take that and turn it into an incarnate race that you could actually live as this race of beings. And it's just so kind. It's just so kind. Like, it just wants to purify and heal your spirits. Like, it just wants to raise your spirits, and it's just so wise and kind and generous and understanding. Like, oh my God. And so you're with them, and you're just in another dimensional space, and it's really nice. Like, wow, look at how far we've come here. All right, that's all I have to share. Thank you so much for this experience. Thank you for sharing here on YouTube. Everybody, thank you for your kind thoughts, kind words in the comment section. I'm still disoriented from how nice that place is. All right, still coming back to myself. Have an amazing day, everybody.